Hello. It's been a while since I did a video on YouTube, and so it's been a good rough. It's been rough, but for the most part, I have a sane mind. Playing with the. Anyways, so updates. I was in jail for a couple of months. I think almost 3 months. I was supposed to get out early. I mean, get out for 3 months, but I got out a little bit early, and I only stayed in for 2 months. And the 2 months of me being in jail was very isolating, and it felt good, you know. So I kind of, in some ways, liked the fact that I was in jail. I'm homeless still, so being in jail was a treat because you got a shower, you got a bed, you got 3 meals. Regardless if the meals were nasty or small portioned or made too early, I was eating, you know. So I gained a little weight while I was in jail, and it felt good. I slept a lot. I slept throughout the whole time in jail. I had some of the best roommates and some of the best roommates. I'm not going to say that they're bad because everybody's in jail for a reason, you know. Everybody had a cause and a personal situation that was going on. So you got to understand, a lot of personalities with a lot of issues all in one room or all in one facility can cause a little bit of friction. And although the friction wasn't with me, I saw it. You know, I saw a lot of it. And I saw the fact that jail cells don't provide enough wellness for people who are in jail. So they just sit down and meddle in the light that they were shined on, or light that they were given through the judge while they're in jail. They don't have nothing else to clear their mind out. So there was times when there was arguments, and there was times when there wasn't. But the most times I was in there, I just stayed in my room and I read a book. If I wasn't reading a book, I was reading the Bible. And coming out of the jail, I guess you could say that I have a bit of a low depression, but I'm high functioning, you know. So a high functioning depression mode I've been in for the past few weeks. It's been a little bit hard because every time I try to find shelter is just too full. And every time I try to find food will be just too far away to grab, you know. But on a plus note, my insurance for my health came back on. And so now I got health insurance. It was suspended. I didn't know that your health insurance gets suspended while you're in jail. Like, I guess it depends on how long you're in jail and what you do in jail. But I came out and they said it was inactive. So today I went to go check on it in Dillingham, and I got it reactivated. So that's a plus side and my situation of being homeless. I've been living in LCRS, which is so good. You know, it's better than being on the streets. Anything is better than being on the streets. I don't care what anybody says, you know, but some people, they just get so used to being on the streets that they just think this is it. You know, this is the route for me. This is how I'm supposed to be. Backpacking will be a nice gesture, but to be isolated isn't good. And being that I'm an introvert, I isolate a lot. Well, people will think I isolate. It's just that I prefer to keep to myself, and I like it simple like that. But I understand that the more I isolate on the streets, the difficult it gets. But you're not so sure who's on the streets or not, right? Because you don't know if they're scavengers or if they're like people who are just your friends just to get. So it's a little bit different being on the streets in the social life than it is being in another different social life other than street life. It's a bit hard, but you grow through thick skin though. So I kind of in some ways appreciate the fact that I went through it and I'm still going through it. I've been almost 3 months without a marijuana because right after I got out of jail, I went straight to LCRS. And so the low vibe is just not having to have anything that will keep me occupied. I haven't been able to write a lot. I don't know what it is, but I haven't. But the whole solitude and being relaxed and sleeping a whole lot has been doing me good. I do know in a few days that I'll be back on the streets, unfortunately, because there's no homeless shelters that are available. You know, for some reason, for women, it's just hard to get in anything, and for women, it's just hard for anything general. You know, you got the masculinity. Is that how you say it? The massive, the macho lifestyle that everybody's going for. You know, it's almost like men first, women last. You know, although they say in back in the day was women were first, but when you live a single life, it's more like man first, then women last. And it's been hard, you know, because I'm over here trying to find a street, trying to find something to get off the street, and it's difficult. Rather than having to have the resources there, I almost got to fight myself to not give up. And I'm at that breaking point of giving up, not wanting life, wanting to let it go, wanting to put it back to where I was too depressed to even do anything. And I feel myself getting back into that route where I'm getting too depressed to do anything. So hopefully that changes. I do take medications now. I don't know what it's called. Like, I know one of them was Vistral, but I don't know what the other ones is. I keep saying olanzapine, but it could be something totally different because I say the random things. I just say pills. I'm not much of a pill taker, so this is a body difference for my body. I don't know what to say, but it's different. So I'm not under the weather, but I'm under the depression. I do not know like where it's up for me because, you know, you go through this for a couple of years and you live in a state that says that they're there for you when you're not financially stable, or they're there for you for your food situation, or they're there for you for your shelter. But everywhere you go, it's always becoming a no, you know? And I live in Hawaii. So a lot of people think Hawaii is paradise, but in actuality, in every paradise, there's always some deep darkness. It's like a diamond in the rut, you know, or in all the rubbles. I don't know. So I don't know what's next. I don't know what's next for me. I don't know what to expect. While I was in jail, I felt safe because everything was set. It was almost like being in a hotel compared to where I'm at now. So I don't know where or what's going to happen with me or where I'm going to go after these few days are up. And so I've been down a bit about it. I try not to show it, but it's hard not to show what you're going through when everywhere you go is a no, you know? And so I've kind of given up, kind of stopped it, you know? There's no answers. Everything's set. It's like, because you have a certain mental illness, the state doesn't want to do anything until they see fit that you have a mental illness, although they have it on paper that I deal with these mental illness, you know? And it's almost like they force feed you things to say. If you don't want it that way, they'll keep force feeding you until you get it, you know, until you eat what they're feeding you. And it's almost like until you give up yourself to them, like with the addiction, with trafficking, or with anything else that provides them what they want, they won't help you, you know? There's so many people that are here doing drugs because the state won't give them any light out of the situation that they're in. So say you go to jail, you say, okay, I'm going to be good, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to do this. But You go to jail, you come out, and you say you're going to try and do this, but the state, you go file for financials, the state says no. You let them know that you're mentally ill, the state says so. And then you try to find ways like jobs, and the state still says no. So where are you supposed to have any right other than the drugs that are put in front of you by the state? So they want you to do that, you know? They want you to experience the drugs, to have a dual side effect or a dual symptom so they can use pills on you. And I feel like this is the route that I'm going. I know every day I try to do things different. This is the route that I'm forcing to go. Although I don't do drugs, there's other things I could do, like self-harm. There's other things that I could do, like isolate, not take my medication, not participate in things that should be done. And I haven't even seen my psychiatrist in many years or many months because I feel like he's also the same person to just, I'd rather give you a pill than to really help you. And although my symptoms are not are not symptoms that you can get cured off of, because I was born with some and I developed others along the way. It's almost like a downhill. So I went to jail and it was up here. Now it's down here and it just keeps going down. I don't know. I don't know what to do because I don't see any up. And so I just take it day by day. Hopefully, thankfully that LCRS extended my stay. That's few days off the street, thank goodness. But what I'm going to do after, I don't know. So I'll probably keep you posted throughout the week. But this will be like my first video to make on YouTube about updating what's going on with me. The state really isn't very helpful. And I know there's other states out there that's worse. But I'm not talking about other states. I'm talking about this state. And if those other states can relate, I just don't understand why states do that, I don't understand what it is that's so hard to find housing, home, and food for people, It's the mentality that the leaders of the state have that causes things to be hard. But I made a video on Facebook about butterfly effect, and sometimes it's going to take a little bit of rough patch during the path that you walk in to understand really what's really going on. And so I'm just thinking that's what's going on. I'm just in a rough patch right now. And even though everything is going down, got to stay positive. Part of the isolation a butterfly does, it's when you see a butterfly and they're in the cocoon, that cocoon isn't spacious. It's pretty tight. It's pretty small spaced, And so during that small space, you isolate a lot and you go through some trials because as you change, that space gets a little bit fuller each time. And so I think right now I'm in this part where I'm going through some changes, and the space and the territory that I have soon will be enlarged, It's not supposed to be comfortable in a small space. It's when you get out of that space is when things starts to flow for your good. I'm not saying trials don't happen, but you'll have a bigger territory than what you had previous. And I'm, for one, ready to evolve. I'm ready to give it my all. And I'm just waiting for that part of life to start going. And so that's the update of what's going on. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's the only way that I can say it in a positive light. Maybe soon I'll just say things blah, I'll just throw it all up like I used to. But, when life changes and time goes, your perspective in life changes as well. And you tend to evolve or adapt to what is going on around you. And it's either you do it for your good or you don't do it for your good. And so I'm going for the good. But for the most part, life is still good. I'm eating, I'm healthy. And I hope everybody else is too. I'm right now in the city of Hawaii, hence the building over there. Anyways, hope to talk to YouTube again. I don't know. I'm more on Facebook than I am on YouTube, so anyways.